Democracy update now, and in France, or en France, as they say over there, it looks like President Sarkozy may be up shit creek without a baguette. He lost, which is just a nightmare for a French person.
Absolutely.
They like to have an emergency baguette with them at all times.
Yeah.
Because, you never know when you might need to have it on the side of eating some brie.
Well, that's why Napoleon had those funny sideways hats, because they had to be wide enough to hide a baguette in.
Just in case. You hope you never have to use it, but it's there if you do.
Did you know that when they used to chop people's heads off with the guillotine, in the basket where their heads fell into, they had some fresh baked baguettes just to...
because they're not animals.
Well, they're not animals, and they'd give the severed heads one final whiff of Frenchness before they finally went on their way.
Facts. History facts.
The bicycle was...
Yes?
Was in the first ever bicycle, which obviously is a French invention.
Yes.
As a means for carrying onions more efficiently from place to place, was in fact made of a couple of baguettes and some wheels, some cheeses, and wheels of camembert.
And French kids learn how to swim using onion rings instead of rubber rings. Yeah.
That's entirely fact. That is a fact.
Yeah. Okay, I think we've danced
baseball
right up to the border of racism there. Whilst
the French obviously gave America the Statue of Liberty.
Yes,
in the 19th century, and they also gave them the game of baseball, which was a game originally played in France using baguettes and tomatoes.
The point is, Sarkozy lost the first round of voting in the French election to the socialist candidate François Hollande. And it's the first time a French president running for re-election has failed to win the first round since the Fifth Republic in 1958. Mr Sarkozy, who's been in power since 2007, said he understood, and I quote, the anguish felt by the French in a fast-moving world. You see, even in political defeat, Andy, the French can't help but sound like poets. Sarkozy should have delivered that statement wearing a black polo neck and a beret, smoking a gitane, while a jazz cellist plucks strings behind him. I feel the anguish felt by the French in this fast-moving world. Merci beaucoup, thank you. My next poem is called Oh Shit, Those Poll Numbers Look Bad. Oh shit, said the man. No shit, said the poll numbers. Thank you very much.
So the interesting thing was that he lost to the socialist candidate François Hollande, and if Hollande wins the second round, he'll win not only the presidency but also the bonus prize of Carla Bruni for the next 5 years.
Yeah, he should never have put that on as a bonus. No. That made no sense at the time. I know he was just trying to look confident, but that seems really crazy.
As well as Hollande coming out on top, there was a very strong performance from the far-right candidate Marine Le Pen of the National Front Party. So it seems that France, very much like a matador's testicles after slightly mistiming a flash new move on a bull, has simultaneously swung left and right. And there's been quite a lot of jockeying to try and win the votes from Le Pen supporters for the next round between Hollande and Sarkozy. And Le Pen has not come out in favour of either candidate. And she said this, she said, I don't change my opinion like I change my shirt. And that made me think a lot, actually, about my own political views. And I've realised that I change my opinion like I change my underpants. Once a year in the local zoo. While shouting, now you take off your fur, lion face.
In American democracy news, Newt Gingrich plans to drop out of the presidential race this coming Tuesday, weeks and weeks after it would have already been ridiculously too late to do so. The three-wived moon colony dreamer put his mark on the campaign, Andy, that mark being the mark of an angry penis. He basically announced...
Wasn't that a Sherlock Holmes novel? The Mark of the Angry Penis.
Sherlock never found it. Oh, Moriarty. Why so angry? Gingrich has basically announced that he is going to end his bid to be the Republican nominee, thus giving himself one more moment in the sun like a bloated honking seal. He announced that he will not drop out. He will merely transition out of the race. And most reports claim that he will very likely endorse Mitt Romney, although it seems that he will only do that in his own signature angry penis style, as when asked about it, he said, "I think obviously that I would be a better candidate, but the objective fact is that the voters didn't think that." Wow. That is a ringing endorsement. The most attention Gingrich had managed to get while campaigning recently was, of course, when he was bitten by a penguin. So maybe it's worth him learning from that success and giving campaigning one last go, but this time campaigning while getting bitten by larger and larger animals. And if it doesn't work, perhaps his final concession speech should be given while his arm is in the mouth of a lion. You can't say that wouldn't be spectacular. If a man is talking while 20% of his body is inside a lion, you are listening to that man, Andy.
Well, isn't that what happened to Walter Mondale? Didn't he do the last of the televised debates with just his feet sticking out of a crocodile's mouth? What does the future hold for Gingrich now, John? Because I guess he'd probably be looking at another wife on the back of this.
Yeah, I think statistically there's another wife on the horizon.
Yeah,
that's just if you look at the calendar, that's long overdue.